Welcome to First Do No Harm with Massachusetts Citizens for Life board member and physician Dr. Mark Rollo. This broadcast will focus on medical ethics from a Catholic perspective and address abortion, physician-assisted suicide, contraception, natural family planning, IVF, healthcare proxy, and other topics. Please be advised that this show is not appropriate for children under 13.
Hello, and welcome back to First Do No Harm, a show about medical ethics from a Catholic perspective. I'm Dr. Mark Rollo. Last time I introduced the issue of medical abortion, which is a growing scourge that we face in this country and around the world. I also discussed the good news that we now have the ability to reverse the effects of the so-called abortion pill. It is a process called abortion pill reversal, details of which can be found at the website abortionpillreversal.com. As always, let us first begin with prayer. For as stated by the United States Catholic bishops, only with prayer that storms the heavens for justice and mercy, prayer that cleanses our hearts and souls, will the culture of death that surrounds us today be replaced by a culture of life. From Exodus chapter 23, verse 24, we read, "You shall not worship their gods, nor serve them, nor do according to their deeds, but you shall utterly overthrow them and break their sacred pillars in pieces." Let us pray that the sacred pillars of the world's false gods of convenience and self-protection be torn down and replaced with self-emptying and the carrying of our cross. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen. Now, as I mentioned last time, almost 40% of abortions in the United States are medical abortions. The remainder are still surgical abortions. But almost 40% of abortions in the United States are medical abortions, and this is a huge number of abortions. It has the advantage to the abortion industry of requiring no medical equipment, fewer personnel, and a cloak of darkness. Medical abortions can be performed more secretly than surgical abortions, so that the light of truth can be more easily avoided. Medical abortion has been available in the United States since it was approved by the FDA in the year 2000. Mesoprostol, also known as RU486 or the abortion pill, is currently approved for use up to 10 weeks of pregnancy. A 10-week unborn baby is only about 1.5 inches long, but fully formed with arms and legs, fingers and toes, eyes and ears, and with a beating heart. Mesoprostol cuts off her blood supply by attacking progesterone receptors in the placenta, thereby stopping the baby's beating heart. Mesoprostol, the second drug in the medical abortion process, is taken 1 to 2 days after mifepristone and causes uterine contractions, leading to expulsion of the dead baby. As discussed last time, many women regret their decision to take the abortion pill, and we can now help these women by giving them large doses of natural progesterone before they take the second pill, misoprostol. Roughly 350 physicians provide abortion pill reversal treatment across the country and in certain parts of the world, and more than 400 babies have been saved. It all begins by women going to the website abortionpillreversal.com. So effective is the abortion pill reversal process that 10 states have already enacted laws requiring that women be told about abortion pill reversal when they seek medical abortion. These states are Arizona, Arkansas, South Dakota, Utah, Idaho, North Dakota, Kentucky, Oklahoma, Nebraska, and Tennessee. With an increasing number of states requiring abortion pill reversal notification to the abortion seekers, those who are trying to get a medical abortion, it is obvious that this presents a growing threat to the profitability of the abortion industry. It is therefore not surprising that a great deal of effort is being made to discredit the abortion pill reversal protocol. A study in support of the protocol was published in the journal Issues in Law and Medicine, published in 2018, volume 33. The authors of this study was the founder of abortion pill reversal protocol, Dr. George Delgado, who, along with Dr. Mary Davenport, looked at 754 patients who changed their minds after taking mifepristone to abort their pregnancies. 754 patients. This is a significant number. The patients were given high-dose progesterone intramuscularly or orally, and the pregnancy was saved in 64% of the intramuscular progesterone recipients and 68% of the oral progesterone recipients. Both of these rates are significantly better than the only 25% survival rate if no treatment is offered. So in other words, if women take mifepristone, the abortion pill, but don't follow through with Mesoprostol and don't take progesterone either, up to 25% of these babies can survive. Clearly, however, giving progesterone helps, since more than 60% of babies survived in this study when they were given progesterone after taking the mifepristone. Now, one study intended to debunk the abortion pill reversal protocol instead unwittingly provided additional evidence that abortion pill reversal in fact works. So anxious was abortionist Dr. Mitchell Kreinin, who spells his last name Creinin. He is an obstetrician gynecologist at University of California at Davis in San Diego. So anxious was Dr. Kreinin to discredit abortion pill reversal protocol that he conducted a study that actually had to be stopped after enrolling only 12 women. This was a double-blind, placebo-controlled study which gave mifepristone, the abortion pill, to 12 women. Only 12 women. 2 patients dropped out immediately in order to obtain a surgical abortion. So there were only 10 remaining, and half of the remaining 10 women were given progesterone after mifepristone, and half were given a placebo. 2 of those women who did not receive progesterone went on to require surgical intervention to stop hemorrhaging, and one who did take progesterone went to the hospital with bleeding, which stopped spontaneously. Of the remaining women in the study, 6 had a fetal heartbeat detected on ultrasound 2 weeks after ingesting mifepristone. 4 of those 6 women had taken progesterone, and 2 had taken placebo. So Dr. Kreinen, after this information, only involving ultimately 10 women, concluded that the abortion pill reversal protocol was dangerous, when in fact it is not taking progesterone after mifepristone, which is dangerous. The study, if anything, suggests that abortion pill reversal is effective, since 4 of the 5 women who received progesterone showed fetal survival, while only 2 of the 5 who received placebo showed fetal survival after 2 weeks taking the mifepristone. So, in actuality, this study proves nothing because of its paltry numbers. Remember, only 12 women entered the study. 2 were eliminated right away because they went on to get a surgical abortion, whereas Dr. Delgado and Dr. Davenport had a study that looked at 754 patients. So the abortion industry accuses us of junk science, but it is truly junk science, which is a false charge that has been leveled at the abortion pill reversal protocol. The abortion industry labels abortion pill reversal as junk science, but it is they who peddle the junk science. So desperate are they to discredit the abortion pill reversal protocol. Now, Dr. Kreinen, when he published his study, tried to spin his study to suggest that abortion pill reversal was risky. The truth is that it is mifepristone that is risky. Abortion pill reversal is a significant threat to the grisly abortion business and helps explain why it is they who are resorting to junk science to protect their profits. It is the sound science and pure motive of the abortion pill reversal network, which holds the promise of giving women a second chance to choose life. I would now like to play for you a 10-minute clip about abortion pill reversal. The clip begins with abortion pill reversal founder, Dr. George Delgado, addressing the West Coast Walk for Life in San Francisco in 2015. He then introduces a young lady by the name of Becky Buell, B-U-E-L-L, who in 2013 took mifepristone and immediately regretted it. She found abortionpillreversal.com after searching the internet and was referred to a doctor who started progesterone within 24 hours. In October of 2013, she gave birth to a healthy baby boy. Listen now to Dr. George Delgado and Becky Buell.
Good afternoon, Walk for Life West Coast. I'm Dr. George Delgado, the Medical Director of Abortion Pill Reversal APR. And I have the distinct honor and pleasure today to introduce to you a very courageous young lady. But before I do that, I have a very special message. It may not be too late to save a life. Mifepristone, RU46, is the abortion pill. Over 2 million babies in the United States have been aborted using mifepristone RU46. 18 to 20% of all abortions these days are performed with RU46. The abortion pill reversal program offers an alternative to women who change their mind. We've developed a protocol to reverse the effects of mifepristone RU46. My colleague, Dr. Mary Davenport, thank you. My colleague, Dr. Mary Davenport, and I have published the first article in the medical literature describing the reversal of mifepristone. We have over 200 doctors across the country in our network, and we've helped women in 35 states and in 6 foreign countries. "75 women have chosen to reverse the effects of Mesoprostol, and they've delivered babies, all healthy and with no birth defects. Another 75 or more are currently pregnant with healthy babies. We need your help to get the word out so that women know that if they change their minds, they do have a second chance for life, that there may be a chance to save their babies. We need more doctors, more nurses, more pregnancy resource centers in our network. So please visit our website, abortionpillreversal.com. And now it's my distinct honor to introduce to you Becky Buell and her 15-month-old son, Zechariah. Becky wanted a second chance, and she called our hotline and talked to our nurse, Debbie, who connected her with Dr. Tony Mraz at North Valley Family Physicians in Colusa, California. Dr. Mraz treated her with her progesterone to reverse her RU46 and saved her baby's life. So here's Becky and her son, Zechariah.
Hello. Good afternoon, San Francisco. I am so excited to be here, walking for life with all of you today. It's so ironic to me. Can you guys hear me? I attended the walk last year, and I stood exactly where you guys are all standing, and I never in a million years thought I would be up here on this stage sharing my abortion testimony with 50,000 people, but here I am. I've learned that that's kind of how God works. His plans are always a little bit different than my own. Abortion testimony you're about to hear is probably a little bit different than the ones you're used to hearing, but it's one that I believe will instill a sense of hope and encouragement. I became pregnant with my first child at the age of 17 during the summer before my senior year of high school. And the pregnancy came as a total shock to me, but abortion was never really an option, as I had considered myself rather pro-life at the time. With much support from my family, I, in 1 year, graduated high school early, delivered my son Elias, married his father, and immediately started school at Sacramento State University. Finally, my life was making sense. But fast forward 10 months ahead, and I had a stressful first year of college nearing its end, a marriage that was now over, and my young son caught somewhere in between. In the midst of all of the chaos, I discovered that I was pregnant yet again on February 13th, 2013. I will never forget that day. I sat there alone, shocked and scared, staring at a positive pregnancy test, thinking this cannot be happening again. I had just proved to my entire family and everyone else that I was not just another statistic. I was headed down a promising path, attending college and caring for my son, all at just 18 years old. To make matters more complicated, we were living in my parents' home, and I knew that the rule was, if I were to get pregnant again, we were going to be forced to leave. Torn between the life of my unborn child and my 11-month-old, I decided that I was going to have an abortion, as I believed it was the only way to not further disappoint anyone and to not further complicate my education. At just 5 weeks pregnant with my second child, I sought out a chemical abortion, yet little did I know God had other plans. You see, as I reflect back on those first few weeks, I see, without a doubt, that God set barriers, making it difficult for me to go through with the plan to terminate my pregnancy. Now let me explain what I mean by that. You see, the first abortion clinic I visited at just 5 weeks along was cold and brief, yet still I probably would have terminated my baby on that day had they not told me they didn't give the abortion pill on Fridays. Though this seemed odd to me, I went ahead and made another appointment for the following week. However, a sudden family emergency left me unable to get there. The next week, I visited a Planned Parenthood clinic, but I've always had these terrible veins that doctors have never been able to draw blood from, and sure enough, I walked in, and the medical assistant was unable to draw my blood, so I was unable to take the abortion pill that day. I returned to that same clinic the following week at just 8 weeks pregnant. On March 13th, I sat down in a Planned Parenthood clinic and swallowed the RU486 abortion pill. I planned to finish the rest of the abortion at home the following evening as instructed. As soon as I got to my car, I felt intense regret, and all I could do was pray, telling God how sorry I was for doing such a thing. While still sitting outside of that clinic, I searched for some type of reversal on my phone, and it was then that I found abortionpillreversal.com, a site ran by a pro-life pregnancy center called COLPS, based out of San Diego. Their website advised anyone wanting to reverse the abortion pill to call. So knowing that I had nothing else to lose, I chose to do so. A nurse named Debbie answered my frantic call and explained to me that 2 pro-life doctors had recently released a treatment to reverse the abortion pill, one that consisted of several weeks of progesterone injections. I could not believe what this nurse was saying. My thought was just, could there really still be hope for a child I had just tried to abort? With the help of this nurse and my sister who I had confided in, I was able to locate a doctor, and within 24 hours of taking the first abortion pill, I had already begun the progesterone treatment for its reversal. When Planned Parenthood called to see why I had not returned to my follow-up ultrasound, the one where they make sure the fetus, as they referred to them, had been successfully removed, I explained to them that I had changed my mind and was taking steps to reverse what I had initially intended to do. I was then told by the Planned Parenthood director that what I was doing was very risky, likely wouldn't work, and that my child could very well be deformed. You see, after taking the abortion pill in these clinics, these people are trained to tell you that there is no going back, and that your unborn child has already died, and you must finish the rest of the abortion. Thankfully, I was prepared to hear this, and I did not listen. On October 20th of 2013, I gave birth to my second son, Zachariah. He was born beautiful and perfectly healthy. As for the home I thought would be forced to leave, well, it is still our home. And as for the education goals I thought would be impossible, those 2 are going strong, as I am currently in my 3rd year of college and now at a Christian university. I am so grateful for the way our story worked out, and I am proud to stand with the pro-life community that helped enable my son to survive the first stage of an abortion. With medical advancements like this, we are one step closer to ending this war on the unborn. I know what I just said to you probably sounds a little crazy, so I thought it would be best to show you what I've been talking about. It is my greatest joy to be able to introduce you to my son, Zachariah. Can you say hi? Say hello to big sister! Thank you so much for allowing me to share my story.
Wasn't that powerful? We have to keep that in mind so that we can tell women about this procedure. Most places don't even know that this is possible.
That was Dr. George Delgado and Becky Buell. You can see the video clip yourself by going to YouTube and typing in their names. That's George Delgado, D-E-L-G-A-D-O, and Becky Buell, B-U-E-L-L. You will see several other videos on the same topic. Now, I would like to share a couple of stories of my own regarding APR, abortion pill reversal. One day I received a call from an APR nurse who told me about a young woman who had recently ingested Mesoprostol and regretted her decision. I contacted her and arranged for her to begin natural progesterone. I also arranged for her to go to a crisis pregnancy center in Worcester, Massachusetts, where she lived. And there she obtained a free ultrasound, revealing that her baby was still alive. She later shared with me that on the way home she stopped into a church. She told me she had not been to a church in a long time, but she felt compelled to do so that she could give thanks to God for not aborting her child. The desire to save her child's life saved her own life. I am reminded of the words of Jesus, "Your faith has saved you." In addition to showing the success of APR, it shows the importance of crisis pregnancy centers in this whole process. It is a tripod of support for pregnant women in crisis. the APR hotline nurse, the doctor, and the crisis pregnancy center. The communication with the nurse and the doctor are usually very brief. The presence of the crisis pregnancy center is essential for emotional and material and spiritual support, as well as receiving a timely, free ultrasound so mothers can see their baby for bonding and reassurance. Our local crisis pregnancy center, CareNet in Fitchburg, has been a wonderful ally. On another occasion, I received a call from an APR nurse about a woman who had 5 children, and she was pregnant for her 6th. She was in financial difficulty and without insurance and felt she could not afford another baby, and so obtained the abortion pill. After immediately regretting her decision, she contacted the APR nurse via the website, and then the nurse contacted me. It was a Friday. This woman in crisis accepted the abortion pill reversal treatment. I called in natural progesterone pills to her pharmacy and arranged to meet with her. Women are very vulnerable to retreating to their original decision to abort, and so it is very important to provide immediate support. CareNet was able to open their facility on a Saturday, and we were all able to meet with this woman. She received a free ultrasound, which was extremely reassuring to her, and she met the very caring and supportive staff of CareNet, who helped shepherd her through her pregnancy. I recently learned that there are now 3 times as many crisis pregnancy centers across the country as there are abortion clinics. Thanks be to God. Facilities like Planned Parenthood sell death for a profit. Crisis pregnancy centers offer life and love for free, as does our God. Please support your local crisis pregnancy center and spread the news about abortionpillreversal.com. Until next time, remember, we should always treat life with care and respect. And, at the very least, we should first do no harm.
Please note you can tune in to Dr. Mark Rollo every week with First Do No Harm at 11 a.m. and 11 p.m. every Sunday, right here on WQPH. Thank you for tuning in to First Do No Harm. Dr. Rollo welcomes your questions and comments. You may contact him at markrollo978@gmail.com. That's MARKROLLO978@gmail.com. Thank you, and until next week, remember, first, do no harm.